Hey everybody, welcome to Hanging with Mike and Andy. I'm Michael Colomb.
And I'm Andrew Giarusso.
I think that's the first time we said our names.
That's it, yeah.
I'm actually really excited because this is our second podcast, which means we did it. We said we're going to do it. We did the first one, and now we're doing a second one.
Yeah, so it's obviously working. We're enjoying this.
Yeah, and I want to say thank you to everybody who gave us feedback. On our first episode, you guys were very gentle. We appreciate that.
Yeah. For the first episode, it was very nice.
You were nervous. It's okay, but can I say something? Bro, I love this outfit you have on. You're all swagged out with that blue.
Thank you. Yeah, blue is actually my favorite color. Actually, sky blue pink.
That's right.
It's one of my favorite colors.
Is that a color, sky blue pink?
I think so.
I mean, if not, it really should be, right?
Yeah, it should be. I mean, it's a beautiful color.
No, it's gorgeous. And so if you guys are watching the show, then you'll see that he has this really nice sky blue pink background. He's got a blue hat on.
This hat is actually the one that you got me. We were talking about last week. Pee-wee's Pawn Shop.
They're legit. And then I have it's so weird because we're using this background, so my microphone. But I have this church that I took this photo. I'm gonna try and put one of my photos every time we record. But I took this photo in Costa Rica, and I liked it because if you see, there's like light coming through. That's coming through, so it's like God's looking and stuff.
Yeah, it's like the sun rays.
Yeah, exactly.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And what is that mural behind your head? Is it a mural or?
Oh, it was the roof of the church.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so there was stained glass windows, I guess, and so the light was coming in, and it just looked like, and it was like the sun was coming. There's like these beams of light shining down onto the pulpit, or maybe not the pulpit, maybe just whatever. So it looked really awesome. So I was like, click. I had to take photos. So this one turned out really good, and it makes a nice background. So I feel all religious.
Great. Well, yeah, I like that idea though of putting a picture that you took on your background every show. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that way I could support Pics by Michael.
Yeah, totally.
And okay, and also we were talking, and do you realize that Thanksgiving's like not even? It's like 3 weeks away, if that.
I know. I'm super excited. I love Thanksgiving. I love seeing my family. I love being thankful.
On the last episode, you said how much you loved Christmas. So like you definitely are like a holiday person. Yeah,
I'm a holiday person. These next couple months are my favorite time of year. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Yeah, basically like the last 3 months. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's fantastic. I'm just always in a happy mood. I'm always in a good spirits around this time, and it's nice to spend time with family and friends.
Yeah.
I just enjoy that.
Yeah.
So.
And then
do you have any plans for Thanksgiving?
Well, I'm going to go see my family because they live close by, so I'm going to go see them. And then I don't know, drink, hang out. I'll probably end up seeing you, I'm sure, because we live so close together. Hell, maybe we'll even do a podcast episode. But guess what? While we're sitting here talking, our first guest just came on.
Exciting.
I say our first, but I mean, she's like our first ever. So I'm going to admit her, and then we can talk. But I just want to introduce everybody to the first guest for our podcast, Lizette Santiago. So let's admit her in.
Okay.
So, hello. She's connecting, you guys.
Connecting, yeah, it's connecting.
Have fun. Hey, how are you?
Hi, how are you guys?
Oh my God, Lizette.
Hi, Andy. Andrew, Andy, what do you prefer?
Yeah, Andrew's fine.
You can call him anything. Just don't call him late to dinner.
Yeah.
Which is fine because he's always at craft services anyways. Oh, shit.
Oh,
that's self-reflection right there.
I do love my meat sticks.
Oh my God, that's actually true. So Lizette, we were just talking a little bit before you got on because, we were just talking about how it's going to be Thanksgiving literally in a couple of weeks.
Don't remind me.
What do you have any big plans?
I honestly, no. I wish I did. I'm not a big Thanksgiving person, to be honest. Can you guys
Really?
hear me okay?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
sound amazing.
Okay,
Sound
great.
amazing.
Great.
How do we sound? How do we sound?
Amazing.
Oh my
Really
God,
good.
three
Love
amazing people.
that.
I love this.
But yeah, I don't have any plans because I'm not a big Thanksgiving person. 2 holidays I don't like celebrating, Thanksgiving and New Year's Eve. I know it sucks, but I don't know. They're not my favorite. But Halloween and Christmas, that's a hold down for me.
My kind of girl. That's what I like. Halloween and Christmas.
Halloween and Christmas.
So for Thanksgiving, I'm from New York. I think Michael, you know that. But
Yeah.
I'm not flying. I was gonna fly for Christmas, but plans have changed. So I think Thanksgiving, honestly, for me is about friends. So I like a Friendsgiving more than, the
Definitely.
family.
Andrew, we have to have a Friendsgiving.
Well, let's have a Friendsgiving.
Yeah, we should. We should all have friends.
We'll record it.
Yeah, we'll have to do it over Zoom.
So I do want to say thank you so much to Lizette, because we launched this podcast. This is actually our second episode, but you are officially our first guest. So and
music.
And with the power of the internet, we're able to record it, so we can do both audio and video. So thank you for that.
Hey, of course. Sorry, I got a lot crazy. It's all my scripts back there and everything. So.
No, I love it. Well, we both use backgrounds, but I always try to put a picture. So I took this picture in Costa Rica. So we always try to.
And I just chose this picture because it sort of matches.
Well, Michael, all your pictures are amazing.
Yeah, that is true.
That's a soundbite I'm gonna use over and over again. So Lizette, so I have to be honest, we've never officially met in person because
we've never have
because of the pandemic.
Yeah, totally.
But we have the same manager. That's how I know her. And I have to say this. So how we officially met was she was my Secret Santa last year. She gave me this really awesome gift during the holidays.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So I do. So many cool boxes. I wanted to buy you everything, but 20, the limit, $25.
No, I love it. I actually use those. I've used that box that you sent me. So I asked for this little, so I could do product photography. She gave these little, it's like a box with a light in it and has different colored backgrounds. You could put like cloth backgrounds you could put in.
Oh, yeah.
So I could take pictures of like product photography kind of thing.
Yeah, that's cool. Like a little mini photo studio.
Yeah, it's it's really cool. Yeah. So I was happy for that. So thank you, Lizette.
It was so cool. I was going to send it to myself instead of you.
Well, I'm glad you decided I'm glad you decided to send it. So thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome. It's like, what a great idea. You had so many good choices too. So many good choices. So.
Well, I try. So
made it easy for
He is a good gift giver.
Yeah.
I am a good because every time I see Andy, I get. Say that.
Sorry, Michael. Who was your Secret Santa in our party?
Oh, I had Sarah Diamond. She'll probably be on the show one day, but she's the girl that lives up in Wisconsin. She's like the only female coppersmith in all of the United States, so she's definitely gonna be on the show.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, she's fantastic, and she's also an author. She does her own YouTube cooking show. I'm sorry, this show isn't about her. I love you, Sarah, but this show's about Lizette. But yeah, that's who I got, and I don't know.
More about Sarah.
She's actually adorable, and her husband is the sweetest guy. They're like the cutest, literally the cutest couple. Like they're postcard perfect. I know, but they're like so sweet too, which is great. Yeah. And so I got her. I don't remember what I got her specifically, but she wanted something for her. It was like a bee thing, something for her garden, because she grows her own food, like vegetables and stuff.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, they're not real. Like they're so. I can't. Yeah, you have to meet her. She's great.
You're just like, where do you guys come from? You're so
I know.
Together. That doesn't happen. No, I'm kidding.
Some people are just born from a different kind of stock, I guess. I don't know. But they are lovely. So Andrew and I met on set, and we became friends, and everybody thought we were funny, and they're like, you should have a show. So we have a show.
And there you go. Kapow. Yeah. That's how it happens.
Quick and easy. We made it happen.
Yeah.
So Andrew, you're obviously in the entertainment business too.
Correct. Yeah.
What do you specifically do?
Video operator. So I do playback, set up the monitors. I more of like a simulation to the director, just to show them, give them an idea of what the project's going to look like.
Nice.
It's fun. It's fun. It's more the techie side,
Right.
and I really enjoy it. My dad's a Teamster. He's been a driver for 30 years.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to go a different route. I wanted to get inside and experience more,
Be all up in it.
Do you set up the monitors for so when the director's kind of looking back at the rushes for the day and stuff like that? Do you set all
Yeah. Yeah, totally. So when we shoot green screen, I usually give the director 2 monitors so they can see a live image, and then they can see my comped image with whatever image they want behind on the green screen. I set up monitors for Video Village, which is our client and agency.
Nice.
Yeah. It's
so you're the one that were like, hey buddy, can I see what I look like for the day?
Correct.
Yeah, that's kind of very accurate, very on the nose there.
Some actors like to look at their stuff all the time. I personally don't, unless because I know directors don't like it too sometimes. But just maybe the first day, I just want to see how I look and be like, okay, that looks good. We're good. I'm good. For the rest of the,
so that way you can trust everybody.
Gonna be fine.
Yeah, I can trust everybody now. I just need to see one. That's it.
That's funny. So I don't know. I mean, I know there's a lot of things that you're up to. I don't know, just want to start talking because you have a movie that's now just doing the festival circuit. You have a awesome podcast that we were just talking about. So you have a lot of stuff.
I have a lot, and there's more
stuff going on.
Yeah, thanks to our manager.
Hey, that's what managers are for. We love you, Matt.
I know. I need Matt. Call me. I need a little help.
Our manager's awesome, but also connections to going to events. You meet people. Like for instance, this movie that I did, it is called La Wija. It's a Spanish horror film.
Love it.
It's not shot in Spanish. It's shot in English. It just has a Spanish twang to it. It's
okay.
Based on the Ouija board, but the Spanish version of the Ouija board.
But can I say, and not to cut you off, but that's really cool because what's good is that you're going to bring this sort of Latin flavor to a universal audience.
Yes.
Right? So I think that's a good idea. Because I speak some Spanish, but I won't be able to watch a whole movie.
Right. We're not going to have there's no subtitles or any of that. We'll say certain things, but then you'll understand it. It's not, it's just more like Spanish slang. We're speaking English the whole entire movie.
If I can listen and understand Andrew when he's drunk, I think I can watch the movie.
Andrew.
I joke. Actually, no, Andrew's great.
I know I need to go out drinking with you guys to see what you're talking about.
I mean, you probably should. We're a lot of fun. I'm not going to lie. We are a lot of fun.
You are here. You're fun here.
You hear that? We're fun.
The first time I kind of met Michael in our virtual Zoom things, I guess. I always got a good vibe from you, Michael. You're always just good personality, just a good all-around person. And you've done so much stuff too. You're cocky, but you're not. I don't get that vibe.
I would never. You know why? Because I think it's better to remain humble. I work with cocky people all the time. And it's they don't even realize that half the time I'm on set with them and they're being cocky. I've probably done 10 times more than they have. But I kind of see how being cocky kind of stands in your own way.
Yeah.
Right. I just don't have, I couldn't do all of this by myself. So you kind of need help. So yeah, I always want to remain as humble as I can be.
Well, it's funny you say that. It is a team. It's a team effort. It's I used to play sports most of my life besides acting. I was always an athlete too, and I was always captain of my teams. And I played tennis. I was captain in high school, captain in college for the whole entire our seasons and stuff. And there was nothing more engaging and more fun and comfortable for me than having a good team camaraderie. I can't even say it. A team collaboration with your fellow players, because that's what makes you play better. That's what makes the dramas off the table. You're focused on the game. You're focused on what you guys have to be doing, and you're actually going to win more and together. And it's just so much more to celebrate. And yeah, I all that cocky attitude, I think people need to stop doing that and just work as a team. Things will get done fast. Well,
because most people then end up standing in their own way, and it's I can't make up for where you're lacking. I can't. I can only do so much.
Right. It's just why are we all fighting? And usually it's fighting because it's determination of who's better than the other person and stuff like that. And it's why does it have this egos? Let's drop the egos and focus on the prize, man. It's
Totally.
I can't. And there's always, like you said, there's always egos on set. At least one person has it. Most of the time, I've been lucky. Most of the projects I've worked on have been, people I've worked with have been awesome.
That's great.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
I've been really, 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 really blessed. But there is that one or two people that are just not on the same page, or they have that little diva ego, and it's just like, uh-oh, here we go. And I just tend to stay away from them, or just, yay,
Yeah, smile and nod, and just walk away. Go to craft services, get that meat stick.
How should I do it? Oh, okay. You're the director, right? Oh, you're not. Oh, I gotcha.
Because you already have one of those, so can't have two. Can't have two.
One, please. Table for one, as I've said many times.
On the project that Andy and I met on, the director we worked, which we want to have her on the show, she was like lovely. She was like the sweetest thing. Really? She was like, if she ever hears this, she'll kill me. But she's like everybody's mom, because I feel like she was just so kind. But like she like checked in with everybody. She kind of knew everybody's name. And it's. I work with a lot of directors. I don't see that very often. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, it's amazing.
In fact, I did a commercial over the weekend, and the director was the same way. He wanted to make sure he knew everybody's name. I'm like, when they're nice like that, I'm like, oh, okay,
it's
you're
different.
To work with.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. It makes the sets comfortable too. When they're coming to you and they're like, hey, I'm so and so. I'm the director. Instead of usually you just get the cold shoulder. And they're like, hey, give me this, give me this, give me that.
Yeah. I've worked with Ken Young on Community, and he actually kind of memorized everybody's name on the cast list for that.
Who is that?
Ken Young, Hangover.
Oh, Ken Young. Yeah. I actually worked with him. I did a movie with him, and he was so wonderful. Like he was, I see. He always knew my name. Hey, Michael, can I talk to you? Like, oh, Michael, let's run lines. I was like, he doesn't have to do that.
He doesn't. He's just so smart that he'll just go to the cast sheet the day of and just look who's on set and just kind of know everybody's name. And it's like, wow, impressive. That's like,
that's amazing.
I wouldn't do that.
He used to be a doctor before, right? Yeah. And he probably got that from like working in a hospital, knowing that like I need my nurses and medical assistants and stuff to assist me. It's not like once a doctor walks in the room, you need all those people to kind of. So I would imagine he probably got that from that and carried it over.
You're right. You're probably right, because he's like, where do I have heart surgery in room 2, kidney room 5?
Yeah, exactly. Plus, I found it. I don't know if this is your experience, but I found that a lot of people who come from theater sometimes are a lot easier because in theater there's a sense of vulnerability. It's like. I've done theater, and it's like the second you're on stage and you have to run off stage, you have to trust that the people will be there to help you change. Help make sure you get the right prop because they make you look good.
Absolutely, absolutely. I was on a tour for a national theater tour for Man of La Mancha, Don Quixote, the story of Don Quixote.
Oh, I love that. I am Man of La Mancha. Yeah.
It was a great tour, but we all, cast in a van, touring every different state, different day, performing twice a day, sometimes in a different state, and then going to a hotel, getting up and doing it again. And we all became so close that to this day, we're all still good friends. But we had a stage manager that we had to trust when we came off stage. Because for me personally, I played a boy who turns into a girl, who a girl turns into a boy. It was like, and one time I was going back on stage and she's like, Lizette, oh my God, come back. I was like, what? She's like, you got your lipstick. And I was playing a teenage boy. I was like, oh, that's not going to work.
I mean, some teenage boys have lipstick now, but
true,
I guess probably not in Land of La Mancha.
Exactly. So, but she was there to like, and it was just like, and because we had a good relationship, I trusted her, and she was,
of course,
we got along, and but you have to trust your cast members. I mean, even in theater too, you get a little, again, you get those divas and the divas,
of course,
stuff. But for the most part, it's not too bad, I think, in theater,
And so the movie's is going through festivals right now. And is it a feature or a short?
So it's a short film. It's a short film. Now, speaking of theater, the film La Wija was actually first done as a play. She did it as a play first.
Oh, fun.
And it was a good turnout. Everybody loved it. And I guess because of the play, everyone said she should turn it into a film. So she decided to do it as a short film first. She raised money to shoot it. She wanted a certain budget and stuff.
Okay.
And the reason for her doing the short film was because she wanted to see how the short film would do, because eventually her ultimate goal is to make it a feature and hopefully catapult it from that point on. And I think it's, and to be honest, the play version of the film that I'm in, Wija, was actually a guy who played my part, and she wanted a guy again. But here we talk about connections and stuff. I worked with the DP who referred me for this part, and the director was kind of a little like hesitant because, you know, she wanted a guy. She wasn't quite sure. She's like, I don't know about a girl for this. And the photographer, DP, said, no, trust me, trust this actor. I think she can do it. I think she can pull it off. And she gave me a chance. We did a reading, you know, she gave me a chance, and she was like, okay, I think I like the idea of her being a female. And honestly, it's amazing now as her, a female being the spirit, which I personally, I think it should have been a female to begin with, but you know, that was her vision. So I don't want to interrupt that, but it did really well. I mean, to the point that, you know, now I got a nomination for Best Supporting Actress in a Short Film.
Woo-woo, that's awesome.
That's exciting. Congratulations.
So then it's getting well received, right, at festivals, is what you're saying?
Yes. We've been picked up for, wow, I think we're on our 7th or 8th film festival now. So
awesome.
And different ones. We got picked up for Austria Film Festival, Brazil Film Festival, Colorado also picked it up.
Nice.
We have someone in Indonesia that's interested too, and it's just going all international.
So it's like all over. Yeah, it's good that it's a Latino film that is, like you said, it's outside of the U.S. is great because, you know,
it's doing really well. It's like I said, it's internet. It's out in internationally right now, and in the States too, because we're also in two LA film festivals, and then Colorado too. So we have the U.S. market.
What are the LA film festivals?
The Fantastic Horror Film Festival,
which I've been part of many times. I love that. We love them.
That's fun. And then another one called the Sherwood Players Film Festival, they had it for 7 years, but they took a break and they recently started it up again. And this is like the first big festival. They're coming back, you know, with a vengeance. So that takes place in December. So that's happening soon.
That's coming up.
Yeah. So we'll see. And actually, I just got offered too. I mean, I know some of the people who run and stuff, a little connection, but I might be hosting some of the events too, like on camera hosts, doing interviews and stuff like that. So,
have you done on camera hosting before?
I have, yes. I actually got my degree in television and radio broadcasting. For a while, other than being an actor, I wanted to be a sports host for a while. So that was another little passion of mine. And
Andrew likes sports.
Yeah,
I do.
I'm not a big sports guy. Sorry,
I'm a big sports fan.
That's awesome. Yeah, I worked at CBS Studios and I worked at ABC Studios in New York and in Cali also too for a little bit. So, yeah, but it was not to say when I was first getting into it, it was really women in sports, especially. I wanted to be an on-field reporter, and it was we weren't looked upon as, you know, there weren't too many female on the field reporters and stuff like that.
Yeah, there wasn't. I mean, when I could remember, you know, growing up, it was really only like Michelle Tafoya was like the only female reporter, on-field reporter there at any games. Like, you know, one. But that was it. And I was really young, and you know, some of the treatment I didn't like from, you know, certain people, and you know, it's hate to say it, kind of a man's world and a woman, you know, like coming in. I should have stuck it out though, because I feel like I would have been really good at it, you know, like totally rebel up and change the game.
But then then I was still acting and you know, auditioning, and then I just booked the tour, and then that just kind of catapulted all that. So came back.
It's still good stuff though.
Oh, it's great. You know, but it's great when you can bring out your skill that you got, you know, that you got a degree in, and say, oh yeah, I hosted. I know how to host. I know how to do this. I can bring this out of my, you know, caliber of things I've trained in. So, you know, some hosting, all that. So.
And so then you also have this. You said the podcast, the Old-Timey Spectral Hour.
Yes, the
So
Old-Timey Spectral Hour. Yeah.
so tell me about that, or tell us about that. Sorry, I'm not interviewing you alone, but
Oh,
I'm just intrigued because like we have a podcast, but this is very episodic in a sense, right?
yes,
Like a radio show.
Yes, it's kind of like I really love the idea when I first heard about it and when it was approached, when they approached me about it. And it was just so cool. It's like having a radio teleplay again, like back in the days.
Yeah.
Talk about theater. They used to do all the drama stuff over the radio, like the soap opera style things. And this is kind of that kind of same kind of genre kind of thing. And it's a spooky kind of horror animated series somewhat, and well, it is, but so we're all voice actors, but we're playing characters. We're not playing obviously ourselves, so it's obviously fake, but based on real circumstances for the director and the writer and stuff. But yeah, and it's been so much fun. I play one of the lead roles, Angela Manor, the mom. So some people don't recognize my voice. I've had so many people listen to the podcast and they're like, I heard it. I didn't hear you. And I'm like,
you're like, I'm literally the mom.
I'm literally the mom. That was you? And I'm like, yeah.
It's called voice acting.
That's what I said. I'm like, well, I think that's a compliment when people can't recognize.
Yeah, exactly. You're hired for your skill and you're very skillful. That's great.
And that's it. And the funny thing is because we actually shot this recorded it during COVID, and we couldn't get into a studio because unfortunately, restrictions and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So what she had us do, luckily every actor she had was a professional voiceover actor. So we had our own equipment and everything, our mics and all that. So she would send us the script and then we would have to record our parts and stuff and send it to her. And then we'd have to do like a few takes of each line. So it's it is a lot of, it was kind of, oh, sorry. It was a little phone call. Come on, go away.
That's okay.
I'm in a show.
That's okay. It's live. We like that. It's okay. This makes it human.
Oh wait, I gotta go, guys. It might be a part. No, I'm kidding. But so we had to, each and every line we had to record about 3 to 5 times, and then send that to her. And when I first did it, our first episode, I did it. And, I'm so used to doing animation, different voices and stuff, but I was just giving it crazy little takes. And she was like, no, Lizette, I want your true, authentic voice. The way you talk normally, your voice with a little, mom. Think of a mom.
With a little bit of mom in it. Huh? And that's nice.
Mom in it, and I'm like, oh, okay. That seems pretty easy. So of course I thought of my mom, but I was like, no, that's not going to work for this. Nah. So I just found, and this is an actor tidbit, I guess. I just found my naturing self, my mom self, who I would be as a mother. And then I found my voice and I found her and I sent it back to her, to the director. And she said, that's exactly what I want. And from that point on, it just continued, and I can do that character now like the back of my hand.
That's awesome.
We just recorded something last week that aired on Halloween night too. It aired on luckystarradio.com because she wanted to have that radio kind of sound, so she actually found an avenue to have it be on the actual internet radio because it's
that's kind of awesome.
So every Sunday would air and stuff. And our first episode, the one that I was telling you about, we won Best Podcast at the Kapow Intergalactic Film Festival 2021, I think that was. Yeah. So so it's already won an award. So now, we're
that's amazing.
Yeah.
We'll link the audience to the show so they can check it out.
Oh yeah, totally. It's on Spotify. I know it's on Spotify. It might be on Audibles, and I know it might be on iTunes too, I think. But definitely Spotify, 100%.
Yeah. So I had mentioned this briefly to Andrew, so I'm just going to ask you, because I remember you posted about this on your Facebook page, and you said I could talk about it. But you were friends with Dustin Diamond, and he passed away, forgive me, it was this year, right?
February of 2021, yeah.
Yeah. And so you had this really heartfelt message that you post. So I just wanted you to talk about it because I didn't have a chance to get you on my other podcast, Mimosas with Michael. But I don't even know if I know how you guys met. I don't know if you told me.
Oh, wow. I'll tell you that story. Yeah. We met when I mentioned I was an actor. I've been doing this since I was a kid.
Yeah, I
So
saw that.
when I was living in New York, I guess in my, well, if I say, I'm not going to date my age, but when I was in New York earlier in my young adulthood, um, I had a manager named Roger Paul, and Roger one day called me and said, "Hey, you're gonna love this." I said, "What?" He's like, "I'm signing a new client this week," and I said, "Oh, okay, whatever." Roger had a lot of clients, and he says, "No, it's Dustin Diamond from Saved by the Bell." And I'm like, "What? Dustin Diamond from Saved by the Bell, really?" And Roger's known to represent a lot of comedians in New York City. He's actually really well known for representing, top-notch comedians and just comedians in general. And I was like, "Well, I would love to meet him. So whenever he comes by, let me know, whatever." He's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." So then one day I'm auditioning. Like I had in New York, you can do like 5 or 6 auditions a day. And I was auditioning. Roger's like, "Hey, Lizette, come up to the office. I have 2 people here that I would like to meet you and stuff." And I'm like, okay. And I had no idea. And then when I walked into Roger's office, there was Dustin. And Dustin and I, the minute we saw each other, we started laughing, we hugged, and we just had a connection that was just from the day we met each other, and I thought he might have been cocky. I was, a little concerned, but he was the most down-to-earth person I've ever met on that caliber of having had such success that he has had in his life.
Especially at a younger age, because
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, he was the youngest person to be cast in Saved by the Bell when they got cast originally and stuff.
Now that I didn't know.
Yeah. And then from that point on, Dustin was like, "Let's all go for sushi." So it was his manager, my manager. So we had the same manager for almost 15 years. We both had the same manager.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, we've been friends for 15 years. I was with our manager for 10 years or something like that. But he was still with our manager and stuff. And so, yeah, we met through Roger Paul, and we became friends. We went from sushi, and every so often we just hang out and stuff. And our managers just were always like our bodyguards everywhere we'd go out. People want to take pictures with him, and he was so good about that. He would be okay. He would be like, "No, Lizette, this is," because I would get upset. I was like, "Come on, can I just leave us alone? We're hanging out. I haven't seen you forever." And he's like, "No, this is something I have to do." And he never said no to anybody. He always signed an autograph. He always took a picture. He just never said no. I mean, it was just quite impressive. And I know he had a bad reputation here and there. I mean, we all have demons. We all have stuff. I'm not perfect. He wasn't perfect. But overall, he was probably one of the most amazing people I've ever had be my friend for so long. I mean, 15 years.
That's a good friendship.
Yeah.
Long time.
Well, here's to you, Dustin.
Here's to Dustin. I have water, but hey.
That's okay. No, but thank you for sharing that story, because I did want to ask, because I remember your post was so heartfelt.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize, like, I knew you knew him, but I didn't realize you guys had been that close.
We were very close. I mean, there was his friend. He has two other good friends. He has a lot of friends. Obviously, he had a lot of friends, but some of his friends were, different relationship. But his other friend, Dan Block, and I'm having a brain fart with Mark's last name. He had a childhood buddy, Mark, who's on my Facebook page too. If you go there, you can find him. But it's funny. Dustin always wanted his best friends to get together, to be together. And I never got a chance to meet Dan when Dustin was alive, and I never got a chance to meet Mark. But every time we would hang out, he was like, "You got to meet my best friend from when I was a kid, Lizette." And then he would tell them, "You got to meet Lizette." So he always wanted his friends to, his best friends to be, collaborate with each other. And we never did until Dustin died. Now Mark, Dan, and myself are good buddies. All three of us are good buddies.
That's great. That's what I was going to ask, if after his passing, if you guys just keep in touch still. And that's very nice. Yeah, that's nice.
We had a conference or a phone call about a month ago. The three of us, Dan and Mark, were out to dinner. Actually, Dan flew in from Chicago. He met with me for lunch, and he showed me some pictures that obviously I would never, show to the world. But he showed me, because Dan was with Dustin when he died. He was in the hospital,
Mm.
in his
Oh my
dying.
God. Yeah.
Yeah. So there were some pictures that, Dan shared with me, and I, obviously it was very heartfelt. And he said, "Are you ready for this?" And I was like, "This is my friend, and I want to see him up until his dying days." And it was hard to remember him that way, but I have this memory of how I remembered him the last time I saw him. And it's funny, the last time I saw him in person, because we did have a little bit of a falling out for a while, and we all talked about it too. It's like we all kind of had a falling out with Dustin. It's weird, but we still loved him because he just pushed us away sometimes. He would push his good friends away, but we were always, it's because we always protected him, and we always were like his bodyguards, and we always really protected him. And but we shared stories and stuff. But one of the last times I saw Dustin, Dustin liked to drink Crown Royal. I like to drink wines, and we loved sushi. And we were hanging out, and he said, "Can we always have this friendship, this love, this friendship?" And I was like, "What are you talking about, dude? Of course, And he's like, "No, seriously, promise me." And this is kind of deep because this is the last time I ever talked to Dustin. And I looked at him like he had 5 heads. And I'm like, "Dude, what are you talking about? We'll always be friends. I see you all the time, of course,
Yeah.
Like, I remember he was living in Wisconsin and I was living in LA. So he, every time he's in LA, we'd meet up and stuff. We met each other in New York, but when I moved to LA, he hated LA, but he'd always come out here and we'd hang out and stuff. And the last time he was in LA, he was shooting something. And he told me that. And I said, I looked at him and I realized he was serious. And I said, "Yeah, of course we'll always be friends forever, forever. Like, why wouldn't we?" But it was like he foreshadowed that he would never see me again.
Wow.
So that was the last time I saw him. Yeah.
Ooh,
That was tough.
that is tough.
But I
Yeah,
have
that is tough.
that memory.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice to keep those memories.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Well, I also just want to say real quick, I lost somebody today. One of my best friend's mother, she was like a second mom to me. Two shout outs. Today is my mom's birthday. So happy birthday, Mom. I love you, Rita. And then I just want to say to my dear friend Donna, she lost her mother today, Sue. So Sue, rest in peace. She was a wonderful lady. She was a mom to all. And so just wanted to give a big shout out to her. So she's transitioned. So
Happy birthday, Mom.
happy birthday, Mom. Yeah. So yeah, she's a Scorpio, my mom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So wow, thank you.
Something, but that would be bad.
No, it's okay. No. It's okay. My mom has one of the best sense of humor. She was really good. That's why I get my sense of humor oddly from both my parents. So they both are really funny. My mom is she's really from my dad is really good with one-liners. I don't know why. So for some reason I just get my comedy from them. So
yeah. Well, I was gonna say I heard Scorpios are good in bed, but that's your mom. So I'm like,
I know. But it's so funny. I'd heard that before, but I don't ever think about that when I think of Scorpios because of my mom.
so I was like, it's your mom. No. Mom, I'm sorry if you're listening.
But you can ask Andy. I actually love your mom jokes. I say them all the time.
Really?
All the time. I'm so bad. But my mom had my mom has such a great sense of humor. She doesn't. So we were like, and I'm like, get offended. I'm like, oh, my mom has a good sense of humor, so she doesn't get offended like that.
Kind of like my mom like that too. But whatever happened to those mom jokes? Your mom is so fat that
I don't know. I think we've said them all, and now they're just being. I don't know if there's any new ones.
I know they've just died off.
We need to bring those back. Your mom is so fat that when a balloon, I don't know.
There's a good TikTok. There's a good TikTok idea. We'll just do TikTok videos about your mom.
Your mom.
We'll just call it at your mom. Oh my god! I'm so glad I finally get to meet you so much. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, we're not getting
much.
off. I just want to say thank you for being on the show.
Yeah, this is exciting. It's nice.
Thank you. Of course, it's exciting. I've been doing, honestly, in COVID, I've been doing so many podcast interviews because there's so much to promote and talk about.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had one in a while, so it's like, oh, this is nice,
Oh, it's perfect timing.
Perfect timing.
Do you have anything else coming up?
Do I have anything else coming up other than the film festival circuit with Wija and Old-Timey just got released? I have other projects, but those are kind of like, on the DL. But
Don't
just
copy that.
doing
Yeah.
auditioning, voiceover stuff, and auditioning for a lot of voiceover stuff too. So that's good. So let's hope
Well,
some
that's
of them
good.
come through. And I'm working on my own projects too. Actually, there's some projects that I have some interest in, and I've worked on. So I'm not a writer, but I consider myself like a ghost writer. Like I work with people who are really good writers, and I bounce with them and we
Sure.
bounce off each other. And I've written so many projects with so many people. So I have like 3 projects right now. One of them that my writing friend is working on right now. I met another writing friend. This is going to be a female project. So she wants help with that, and another Spanish project too. I'm tapping into that too, because it's part of my heritage too. I mean, I'm Puerto Rican and French, and I love to, I've always dealt with playing Spanish parts and Caucasian parts too, and I just always love to be able to do both. I do speak Spanish, and it's just nice to work in both areas, not just and I don't know. It's just fun to just tap into certain projects and certain things that are always different. I always feel like my next project is always something different. It could be a voiceover podcast. Yeah, it's like what I wake up and like, what job am I being offered today? Oh, cool, a play! Yay! I haven't done a play in forever. So,
But I think that's fun, right? Because you're not always doing the same thing.
Never doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Right before COVID happened, I was working on a musical up at the Black Box Theater in Santa Monica called Where the Wild Things Are. I was doing the musical Where the Wild Things
Cool.
Oh, wow.
It was so much fun, and I played one of the main lead monsters in that, and I had such a great cast. You talk about a great cast that was no egos. This cast, we had egos, but they were all kind of the same. We all had like the same kind of ego that we bounced off of each other, So we had so much fun, and our director was a great guy, but there was so much going on. The fires were happening, then COVID hit, and we just had to shut down completely. So,
well, hopefully it's something that can get picked up again. I love Where the Wild Things Are.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. And it's everybody, there's so many people who wanted to come see it and stuff like that. And because it was an original musical,
Mm-hmm.
the music was different. We all had to learn these numbers, and we all, they were so unique, and there was dance numbers too. And we had the costumes. We actually had the costumes, and we had to practice how to sing through the costumes. That was the most difficult thing.
Well, you can watch The Masked Singer. That'll help you. Speaking of Ken Jeong. Hey, I went to a taping of The Masked Singer. It's very interesting to watch them perform in those suits.
Really?
Yeah.
I can imagine. I mean, I've been there, done that, and it's not easy, but I would love to be on that show.
Yeah. It's fun. It was fun to watch.
But you have to keep yourself a secret. Like, you can't oh
no, just so you know, they keep it a secret. They don't even let the audience know.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I only was able to go because my friend works on the show. We had VIP tickets. So before they unmask, they remove the audience.
I love that. We had VIP tickets.
Yep. So they moved us to the front, and we were able to. But they only have like 20. Only people. It's really interesting. I don't know if I'm giving secrets away. I probably shouldn't. But no. But they do. I mean, they really keep it a secret. I like that because they don't want anybody. Because my friend works on the show, and she does wardrobe for the judges.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and so they don't. They really, but I like that they keep it a secret because they really want it to be a surprise. It's even a surprise to the judges. It's a surprise to most of the crew.
Really?
Yeah. When I saw that, I was like, that's so fascinating because I was wondering when I watched the show how they were able to keep it a secret because they fill the audience, and that's how they do it. They just don't, which I think is so cool. So, kudos to them.
But also the celebrities can't know who's in what costume either, right?
Yeah. I don't think they know each other either.
Wow,
it's very, very secretive. So I will say that because I had to sign at least 3 different NDAs for that episode. I went like 2 seasons ago, so I'm not giving anything away because the celebrity's already been revealed, and it was an athlete, like a football player. So I don't even fucking know who he was. And Andy would.
Oh, I think I might have known. I think I might have seen that episode with the football player. I think he was the first one to get kicked off.
No, I went season 4. I was there when they unveiled the rhino. The rhino. Yeah. Oh, okay. So I can say it now because that was 2.5 seasons ago. But I can tell you that they definitely keep it a secret. And those costumes are amazing. They're so beautiful and they're just so ornate. They do a really good job with them.
Yeah.
And the voice and the before. I mean, it's a really good show. It's a really good show.
It's a good show, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the new one, Alter Ego, as well. That's a pretty cool show. And
yeah.
I haven't seen that.
I know I got you into that.
And then did you see Ken's show that he did called I Could See Your Voice?
No.
Yes.
No, I have not seen that.
So
Matt, I know Matt has a client, right? Matt,
yeah, Candace, my homie Candace. Yeah. She was on an episode. She actually won that episode. She ended up doing a duet with Rick Springfield.
What?
And they showed one of my photos on that episode. Wow. Yeah, she's going to be on the show. So, but yeah, I actually did an interview with her after that episode aired.
No way.
Yeah, it was one of my favorite shows. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's
so we're all doing stuff.
No, we all got it. You have to be working, whether it's your own project or auditioning. Someone told me the other day, if you're auditioning a lot, you're still a working actor. Because
Amen. It's a numbers game.
Yeah, it's a numbers game, and it's just you got to keep doing it and plugging. I'm also doing a lot of red carpet events too. I'm going out for a lot of red carpet
even these days, even during COVID.
My last one, yeah, even during COVID. Well, coming out of COVID now, I guess we're still in COVID, but yeah, there's still red carpet events. There's just not a lot of them. But
yeah,
I recently, I think, what are we in now? I don't even know what month we're in.
We're in November. Almost to Thanksgiving. Remember? Look, we're
facing. I was trying.
Notice I'm blocking out all the holidays.
I know. I was trying to butt in and tell you what it was, but then I was like, oh wait, I can't even remember what month that is.
I mean, it's crazy because we're facing Thanksgiving, Christmas, but we're all this weekend is also the time change.
Oh, is it? Oh my god.
Yeah. And then
dark.
And then this today in LA, they have the whole new vaccine mandate. There's just so much going on right now in this city.
It's just I'm so people are like, oh, it's over. No, it's not. It's not.
You're like, no, that's precious. It's not over. People are still dying and getting sick.
It's I still take my mask everywhere. I'm vaccinated. I want to get my booster, but I don't know when that's gonna happen.
I just got mine a couple days ago.
Oh, did you? Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I will say this, and I think a lot of people know this, and I don't know if I told this to Andrew, but my sister was one of the first reported cases of swine flu in Orange County years ago.
Oh wow!
She literally almost died. She was in a coma for a month, and so when COVID first hit, and they said it's a SARS virus similar to swine flu, I was like, oh my god, I remember how bad swine flu was because my sister almost died, and it wasn't even as contagious. So I took the pandemic very serious from the beginning because I had felt, and of course now we've all known somebody who's either gotten sick or has died or know somebody that has died. So it's like when people say it's not that serious, I'm like, what are you? No, what?
No, honestly, I'm high risk because I'm a chronic asthmatic and stuff. So I really have to watch myself. But I had a scare too. I went to the hospital during COVID in December of last year or something. Yeah. I had a rib pain and I was just coughing and stuff. And I was like, uh-oh, no fever, but I was still warm, but no fever. And anyway, I went, and of course, when you go, the first thing they do is diagnose you, even if you don't have it. Everyone's COVID,
it's like you have it until you don't have it. It's like they're like, oh, okay, yeah, they have to rule it out.
Yeah, so they took my blood test, they took this, they took that, and they said, no, I just actually, I don't know how I did it, but I tore my rib, had a rib ligament tear or something like that.
Was it coughing too hard?
No, I think, you know what it was? I think I almost got hit by somebody, and I went to turn my wheel, and I felt something go, kind of thing, and I think that might have done it because I can't think of anything else I did. I was home most of the time.
Yikes!
This was during COVID, so
yeah. Oh yeah, I guess we were all home. We live in LA, so we were all home for months.
Yeah, I'm always home. No, I'm kidding. I'm not always.
We're all working.
I shot Wija during COVID though too. We shot during COVID.
Wow.
Well, they have good safe protocols on set. I feel like I feel like it's just you and me talking. Poor Andy's just sitting there listening. But it's because we already know. It's because Lizette and I have a history, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's completely fine. I'm enjoying this. It's
like hanging with Mike and Lizette today.
Yeah, exactly.
Starring Andy. No, I'm just kidding.
And starring Andy, featuring Andy.
Andy's our comic relief.
I'll just do the news updates, no problem.
Yeah.
The weather right now is
What are you
72
doing for
degrees.
Thanksgiving, Andy? What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I know. I'm actually going to my parents' house. I go every year. My mom makes a wonderful, huge meal. So she always said I could never miss one of her Thanksgiving dinners. So yeah, one year I was in Chicago with a friend helping her move back to Los Angeles, and it was like November 22nd or something. And my mom's like, "You better get home now." So it was like a 2 day, yeah, it was a 2 day cross country trip.
Wow.
Basically from like,
Were you flying out of O'Hare, Chicago?
well, I flew into O'Hare, and then my friend's car was there waiting for us to drive to Michigan because she was in Kalamazoo.
Okay.
So we drove. I'll never forget getting off the plane, and it was like 5 degrees in Chicago, and I was like, I need to get into a car right now.
It's freezing there. I don't know if Michael knows this, but I used to be a car show model, so I traveled a lot.
Sure.
And stuff.
I mean, I'm learning so much about you. I had no idea you even sang. So this is the most amazing, awesome interview. So keep going. I love it.
Yeah.
So I used to do, the girls at the car show. No.
Yeah, I know it is.
Anyway, I would get Chicago a lot, and oh my God, it was always during February. That show was always the coldest month in Chicago possible, and it was freezing.
You're like, stop giving me Chicago.
Yeah, it's like a stinging cold.
Yeah, I'm like, can I get Miami?
Right? I'll put a bikini on. It's fine. Just give me fucking Miami. That's really funny. Oh my God, you're so much fun. I love this.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Put me on a good day.
You're one of the few people that people love hanging out with Mike and Andy.
Mike and Andy.
We're so cute. I know. We're such nerds.
Mike and Andy.
So, Andy, can you bring me some leftovers from your mom's house?
I will. I will throw them in a box and send them to New York for you.
No, she's in LA.
I'm in LA.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you were in New York. Oh,
I'm
great. Okay. You're from New York. Okay. Well, yeah, great. Come over. Come hang with Mike and Andy.
Yeah,
at my mom's Thanksgiving.
I may actually swing by, Mom, just so you know.
Just bring pie.
Mama Giarusso. I might be there.
Mom, what's your mom's name?
Kimberly Giarusso.
Kimberly Giarusso.
It's a very Italian last name, Giarusso.
You're Italian. Right?
We're Italian, yeah.
Mike, are you Italian too?
No, my last name is French Canadian.
Oh, so
everybody thinks it's Italian. It's not. It's French Canadian.
Canadian. Wow.
And it's not even French. I tell people I'm just French-ish. I'm French Canadian.
I have some French quarter.
Well, it's so funny you should say that because when you said that, I was like, that makes sense because your first name is Lizette, which is very French. Yeah. Santiago, not so much. Very Latino. Yeah. So I do like that.
She wanted the French descent and she wanted the Spanish descent. So
that's good. You're a nice combination of both of your answers. That's awesome. You're like Mulan, like ancestors, hear my call. I'm just kidding.
Can you believe too? They wanted me to change my name too. So when I was a kid growing up in the business, no.
Wait, okay. So you brought that up. So can I ask you, what you feel about being a Latina in the industry right now? I think that's a very important question. We'll end with that, and then we'll give people their life back. But
I think it's I bounce back and forth with it. I'm that type of person that I don't think we cast somebody based on their ethnicity or any of that. I think it should be the best of the best actor, just like giving out awards and shouldn't be given to this, just because you're of this ethnicity.
Yeah.
But with that being said, it is a blessing to have a different ethnicity in your as an actor, because you can play different roles and everything like that. And as a Latina, growing up though, it's really hard for me being that like French, Puerto Rican. It's like I was never Spanish enough, and then I was never Caucasian enough. I was always that middle ground where I was kind of a chameleon, I guess, but like they didn't have this for me growing up. They didn't have what they call now ethnically ambiguous. We didn't have that. So it was either you're cast as this or you're cast as that. Now that there's ethnically ambiguous out there, it's so great because I think it's so good. We're all mixed with something. And I think it's so good for everybody to be, not typecast in any one ethnicity. But
yeah, of course.
Latinas do kick butt.
I do.
We're passionate people. I mean, I love having a background like I do. Of course, being Puerto Rican, There's not. Well, now there is actually. Now there's more Puerto Ricans in Hollywood. We got Gina Rodriguez, Jennifer Lopez, Rosie Perez, Rita Moreno was the one who started it all. You know,
Yeah.
so now there's a lot more going on. There's a new sensation. It was the British, now it's the Puerto Ricans.
Well, yeah. I mean, we have to be honest. Puerto Rico is part of America.
It's true.
People like to not think about that, but it is actually
It is
part of the. You know, it's not part of the continental United States, but it's kind of like Hawaii. It's out there, and it.
Yeah.
You know,
So it's a great thing to be a Latina in Hollywood. As a matter of fact, I did this a great project called Her Story, and it's on my Facebook and also on my Instagram and all that. But it was they had a guest panel. They only do it twice a year, and they had a guest panel of like artists in Hollywood who are Latina. Everyone who's on the panel is Latina, and normally they have it in person at CBS Studios, Sony Studios, or the Google Theater. This year and last year, because of COVID, they went virtually again. But I represented an actress in Hollywood, and and it goes out to young girls who want to be in the entertainment business in any aspect of it.
Oh, nice.
So
you're talking about both in front and behind the camera, then?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's actually that's kind of cool.
Yeah, she has some artists too. She had some artists who also came on. Just any aspect of the entertainment kind of world where art, even art too, is kind of up there too. But to give back to these young women, and they're not teenagers, they're young women, like anywhere from 15 to like 25, 35, I think it was, and just wanted actresses or entertainment professionals who are Latinas in Hollywood to give back to these young women, to tell them the truth about everything, but also how we gained our success and being Latina in Hollywood, and how we stuck through and did what we did. So
I heard once that the Latino market in general is one of the largest movie-going audiences. So I'm always surprised at why it's taken Hollywood so long to sort of jump on this bandwagon. You literally have an audience. And, here's the thing. I always like to tell people this. I grew up watching two television shows mostly as a kid, Roseanne and The Cosby Show. And Roseanne was definitely my family, right? That was literally my family, whatever. But I could still watch The Cosby Show and relate to it. So why can't other people watch?
Of course.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just my family. I wasn't from a family of doctors, but if you make shows universal, it shouldn't really matter what ethnicity they are. You know what I'm saying?
No, I love that. I think there should be more families, like more Spanish families, more.
Yeah.
What the George Lopez show, that was one of my favorites.
That was a great show.
Really good, and so
they're doing a lot of they're doing a lot of mixed races, like especially in commercials now, which I love, because that's real, especially in a major city. That's it's not uncommon to see, like, you might have a black man and an Asian woman, or you might have a Latino and a white, a Latino and a black. Like that's such real life now.
I mean, in my family, we have such a mixed. I mean, my uncle, who's Puerto Rican, he's married to a Japanese wife, and my cousins are mixed. They're half Japanese, half Puerto Rican. So we have, and my
what a great mix, yeah,
they're gorgeous, half Jewish and half Puerto Rican. I mean, we have so many. There's so many different ethnicities.
Yeah, very diverse.
Very diverse in my family. That none of us look the same. It's like, oh.
That's awesome.
Today, but I love it because growing up in New York City, it's a melting pot. So for me, I don't see color; I see people, and it's just, I think that's how we should all live. I love having different friends of different ethnicities, because then I learn so much from them, and it helps you as a person, it helps you as an actor too. So
well, that's one of the reasons why I love traveling abroad, is because I get to meet other cultures and meet other people and try new foods and try new drinks and see new things. And I love that, so.
And also, sorry, Michael. And
No.
also too, I was like, a little gag there too. I was like,
that's okay.
Exciting. But like even situational shows too, like one of my favorite shows was The Big Bang Theory, because I'm a science geek.
Oh, nice.
It was so good to see that kind of situational, like, they're all roommates, they're all scientists, they work together, but they don't live with their family, they live with each other. They're roommates, and the struggling actress who worked at the Cheesecake Factory. I mean, that's so realistic, that's just another show and they were all different ethnicities too on that show. So
yeah, true.
It was great.
So true. Andy, any Any last minute thoughts?
No. I think we covered it all. I think it's exciting how much work you've got going on. It's a good problem to have. Being so busy. That's what I like to say because I never stop working either.
Thanks.
Yeah, so busy.
Yeah. So it's nice to come on and meet some of my friends and.
Well, soon we get to meet your friends. They're gonna hang out with us. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Well, now we're friends, Andy.
That's
friends.
right. That's
Andy,
right.
you guys are friends now. Andy.
We're besties now.
Yeah.
It's all about Andy and Lizzie.
Oh, I love it. Andy and Lizzie. That's the spinoff. Andy and Lizzie.
Andy and Lizzie with Mickey. No, with Mickey.
And yeah, exactly.
Mikey.
Real quick, I always end up taking over because I had a podcast before, so I just know how to move a show. So I apologize, Andy, if I'm talking over.
Know how to interview people, babe.
I do.
Know how to interview people.
Andy, pay attention. Write some stuff down. Learn.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I've been taking notes this whole time.
Hey, Andy's got dinner for me coming, so
that is true.
Yeah, but look at Andy's got all that purple, like blue and pink swag. I can't pull that shit off.
Yeah, it works for him, and it matches the cap too.
And I love your background.
Might be quiet, but I look good.
There you go. Yeah, we all have our thing. I like it because you look like your background looks like you're taking a senior photo with that.
Oh,
Olin.
I
Olin
never
Mills.
took a senior photo.
There you go. Well, then smile real quick because it's like Olin
high
Mills.
school. Yeah, I know exactly. I never took high school photos. My parents had one big picture. It was like the 8x11 that they would collect every year from preschool to 8th grade. I think it was the last year I did it. And, they were all stacked behind each other in the one frame. So I always like to show it off to my friends. But yeah, I never took a senior photo or.
Well, now we're going to take
my
a
thing.
shot of you. So
Yeah,
that
makes
senior
that
photo.
breaks my heart. That makes me sad.
I know.
I'm glad I have a collared shirt on.
Did you go to prom? Did you go to your prom?
I didn't. No, I didn't do prom. I didn't do homecoming. I just, I really wasn't a fan of high school in that way. I was fine in school. I got okay grades, but I just wasn't really big on socializing. I was big on sports. I played sports, and then when I got injured and I couldn't play, it was like, well, why do school? Unfortunately,
why do school?
Well, my thing was
screw school.
Correct. My thing was if you want to play sports, you got to do good in school. So once I couldn't play sports anymore, I just kind of went onto the work grind and was like, okay, well, where do I work next? I'm going to go work at the supermarket and be a bagger and go to Jamba Juice and find my in.
Yeah.
But it all works out.
There's no right or wrong path. It's just you got to find your path.
Yeah. You just got to find what you like. And a lot of people have always asked me, like, well, do you regret it and not going to prom? And not really. I used to have my own parties with all my friends, so we always had a good time either way.
That's okay. I made it up for you because being a gay guy, I went to so many proms that weren't even my own. So I went to so many proms. So it's all good.
Yeah.
So Lizette, where can people find you?
How many tuxedos did you have to get?
Well, I was in choir, so I already had tuxedos.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, there you go.
You just gotta rent different colored cummerbunds and stuff. I was in 3 different choir classes, so I can change out of a tuxedo in literally like 5 minutes.
What?
Maybe not anymore, but when I was in my early 20s, yeah.
Well, you were used to it. Just a rose.
I grew up being a singer too, girl. I did.
Wow, I didn't know that.
We gotta find some old home videos.
How about we sing Christmas carols during the holidays?
Yeah, we'll have to do a whole like Christmas album. We'll just do we'll do like a Zoom Christmas album. We'll just rehearse it and it'll be great.
Awesome. I've always wanted to do a Zoom album.
Oh my god, I'm sure Matt would love that.
Yeah, totally.
It's funny.
What are you guys doing? No, what are you guys doing?
He was like, cute. No, not gonna work. So where can we find you? I know you have social medias.
Find me in North Hall. No, I'm kidding. You can find me on Instagram, you can find me at All About Lizette Santiago.
So true.
And then on Facebook, I kind of have a little bit of an alias because I had a stalker years ago. Eventually, I'll change it, but it's LZT, which is kind of like my DJ name. I was also a DJ, on-air DJ for a little bit on an Indian.
Andrew's a DJ.
Cool. Yeah.
No way, really? So
Yeah.
Andy Andy and Liz.
That's it. That's it. You're Michael. You're out.
I know. Oh, I guess I'll just bye, everybody. It was a pleasure hanging out with you guys. Wait, Andrew, what's your DJ name?
DJ Geometro.
That's right.
What? Wow.
Yeah, Geometro.
Mine was just DJ. I had a show called Words of Wisdom with DJ Liz. You know.
Oh, cool. Okay, DJ Liz.
DJ Liz. But sometimes they call me LZT. You know, that's just my name. So it's LZT Santiago. You can find me on Facebook at All About Lizette Santiago, and Twitter. I don't know. Hopefully, find me sometime.
That's funny. Well, you are a doll. Thank you for hanging out with us today.
Thank you for having me, guys. You're both so much fun. Andy, it's so nice to meet you. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you too.
It was nice to meet you, Andy. So great to meet you.
I know. We still haven't met in person either.
Are you serious? No.
Okay.
No, we had lunch today because we had to plan our episode.
We did.
Oh, no way. Oh, thanks for inviting me, guys. No,
thanks for hanging out with us. And
for inviting me to lunch.
Oh, next time. Well, now that we know that you're somewhere near us.
During our Friendsgiving.
There you go.
We'll all do something.
Yeah. No, it would be great to officially meet you.
Yes, definitely. We have to do that. We've been planning that, Michael. So we definitely, for sure.
And then just for our audience, so now that the show's out there, we're finally available. We're on Spotify. We're on iTunes, which I guess now is Apple Podcast. We're also on iHeartRadio. And we also put the show on YouTube. So we're out there. So you'll find us. Keep looking for more platforms because as the show grows, we're going to get it out there. We're supposed to be on Google Podcasts soon as well. So
we're in the pending process.
It takes a while, but any final words, anybody, before we close this thing out?
Oh, I guess we can say happy holidays because they're coming up.
Yeah.
Totally.
Everybody stay safe.
Stay safe. Be COVID safe too.
Please be COVID safe.
All that.
Wear your masks.
Mask. And then for us, let's keep working, right? Keep
Stay busy.
Stay
busy. Christmas is coming up. Presents,
You guys are working it too, so it's so
heck. Yeah, we're going to record all through the season.
That's awesome, man.
Well, everybody, this is Michael Colomb and
Andrew Giaruzzo.
And you're hanging with Mike and Andy. Take care, everybody. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye, Lizette. Thank you.
Bye.